Alright you guys, what's up? It is Jay here, back with another one. Today we got some news on the very mentioned gameplay update that I have been kind of talking about in community posts. If you don't check out community posts, please be sure to do so. So that's why I talk about a lot of stuff that I usually don't feel like needs to be in the video, or get y'all thoughts on something. If doing something and I need to answer really quick so I can get back to there's something that's usually where I post, or just in my Discord. But I've been talking about this gameplay update a lot. They just posted today that it will be coming out. So if you guys have not already, please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, all like good stuff. A lot of things I'm gonna talk about. As y'all know, I like breaking this stuff down as we transition over to it. A lot of stuff I want to talk about. There's a lot to really unpack here, I believe. Starting off with something that I don't see for power hit confirmation. I want to say, when testing this, and this wasn't mentioned, shout out to Ty, one of the gameplay testers, for reminding me, because I felt like something was missing. I just couldn't remember. I couldn't put like my fucking finger on it, and he pretty much confirmed it. They didn't say it, but power punches, if you time it, you can block it. You can actually block it. I feel like that's really big, because a lot of times with this hit confirmation system, quote unquote, you block a power punch and it still bleeds through. Now obviously I like the fact that there is bleed through. You shouldn't just be able to hold up a Captain America block. That shouldn't be a thing. But with power punches specifically, you're winding up like that, it shouldn't land majority of the if I'm kind of making sense with that. As I'm editing, I just forgot that I need to say something. This was the first patch, or the first update, to where I can truly say that there was something that the majority of us did not like as far as testing, that we didn't like, and they didn't actually push it out. They said, okay, we're gonna refine it. It was refined and we all liked it. That small change right there gives me more confidence. It needs to be more often, in terms of gameplay updates. But that gives me confidence. I personally feel like. Through the list, I kind of want to go through the gameplay stuff first. It's three things: punch tracking, punch power punch hit confirmation, and Flash KOs. Starting off with the Flash KOs, because I feel like this was something that really needs to be talked about. So with the Flash KOs in particular, they were RNG. If you don't know what RNG is, essentially random. They were just random occurrence that will happen, just like you see right fucking now. And it's pretty much been tied to currently Stam. I believe Flash KOs are to regular just counters and power. Wow, oh, it says it right here. By dumbass. And then Flash knockdowns are specifically just regular combos, counter punches, that sort of thing. It's just it's non-power punches essentially. And I think that's a really good idea to have it with the power punches, given that you are winding up on a lot of them. Yeah, I can see that. I would like to see power jabs, maybe power straight, something like what Bud Crawford hit Errol Spence with. He was in Southpaw, hit him with the straight from South. Was it the straight from Southpaw? It was the jab from Southpaw. Then he switched to orthodox and hit him with essentially the jab. It was a fucking clean combo. I can't remember, but that was the first knockdown of the fight, if I'm not wrong. I would like to see something like that, but it's tied to Stam. If you have low short-term or long-term Stam, the chances of you getting Flash KO'd or Flash knockdown become higher. So I think that is probably the best way to do it. And then you add vulnerability on top of that. This is probably, out of all of them, this is probably my favorite one. If I'm being quite honest, this is my favorite change. I think this is really good. Next, power hit confirmation system. As I just mentioned, they didn't mention that you're able to actually block them consistently if you have good defense or sway them. I like this though. It's a risk and reward for it. If someone counters you off of a power punch, you're cooked. Because that Stam off of a whiff and you missing a power punch, your Stam is probably going to hit 45 to 50%. Someone comes in with a combo 2-piece or just a regular power punch, I've tested it. There's a good chance of you getting knocked down or not really a KO. I tried out the KO. I really didn't get it. Again, I'm using kind of higher tier, so maybe if you're losing a lower tier, maybe you can probably get a Flash KO. But more times than not, sometimes that happens. It happens at a very consistent rate and somewhere to where it's like not super spammable. You get what I mean. I like this. Pretty good change. And then lastly, punch tracking. This was something that I feel like they really struggle with a lot, given you have desync. You're trying to make changes in the middle of desync. That's something I'm going to talk about later. You're making changes in the middle of desync, and it's kind of hard to gauge everything. I feel like that's something that Finest talks about as well. Finest. He talks about him and what's his name? Him and Ty really talk about that a lot, and I agree with both of them. How it's like you kind of have to like find that balance so you can figure out what's the what. It says we've addressed the bug that causes major punch tracking issues. It should be noticeably better, and I do feel like it is better. I'm gonna just confirm all this. It is better. Punch tracking is better. I feel like this is gonna be a good update. People are gonna be like, "Wow, I feel the improvement." Now, do I think it's a game-changing update? No, it's not. It's not a game-changing update. Southpaw is probably one of the biggest gameplay issues that we currently have right now. We were told that Southpaw was fixed maybe like 2 weeks, 3 weeks, maybe even a week before that Steve announced it, that it was on the board to being fixed. They said they figured it out, they got what they do. I have currently not tested it yet though. So I have really no update on Southpaw, so I can't really tell you if it's been fixed or not. It hasn't, like the refined version of that, I haven't tested. We still have body jab animations, the body feints, bro. Those fucking feints are super cheesy. Obviously desync is still a really prevalent thing. Again, I want to talk about that at the end because there is something on this list that I don't see that I did test regarding that. And then, what is the other meta? Oh, the footwork shit. So, I don't really think nothing's going to change in terms of that. But if you're coming forward on actually sim boxing, you should land majority of your punches. I think that should be a thing. Something on this list I don't like as well as I'm looking at it. But continuing on, Andy Ruiz has increased punch speed. If y'all don't know, his punch speed, for Andy Ruiz is pretty slow. So I'm glad to see that. Benavidez has updating punch speed. Andrew Ruiz has an updated rating. I like that. And then Sugar Ray Leonard has increased punch speed. I don't think Sugar Ray's punch speed was really a problem, especially older Sugar Ray. I didn't really have a problem with that. So those are fighter adjustments. They need to go back to doing fighter stat updates. They used to do those with a lot of the gameplay updates during early access. They need to get back to that because that should be a thing. It should be jam-packed with stuff. Career character updates. If you're into this, Jack Dempsey's and Jack Johnson's movesets, along with their vintage attire, will be in a character creator for career mode if you just like making calves and whatnot. And then finally, we have a lot of bug fixes. Oh, I just remembered the fucking quick glitch. I just thought about that as I'm reading out bug fixes. The quick glitch is still a thing. So it's like, it's not really a game-changing update. It makes the game better, don't get me wrong. But I don't really feel like this is something that I can say that is truly a game changer. We're getting steps in the right direction, though. I wanted to say that, but continuing on. Excuse me. The first one we have is where evade states last too long. That is a fucking thing. That was a real problem to excuse me, that state lasts too long. Fix the issue where punches will miss dazed opponents. I like that. Fix the issue with punches occasionally missing or going over the opponent's head. Now, there's something that I'm kind of iffy on. I'm extremely iffy on. Because if you're a taller fighter going up against a shorter fighter, what would be the obvious thing to do? Punch down, right? That's another thing here. You see it sometimes. I see it a lot. When I use Hopi versus Sunny, he punches down on Sunny. That's something that I really feel like is a good thing. But when you get to these higher weight classes, I really don't see that a lot. To where it's like sort of a punching down thing. And if someone is shorter than the other person, I don't know. I feel like I'm gonna say it happens too consistently. It happens too often to what punches are going over the head. But punches going over the head in close range when you're using a taller, lankier fighter, it should be a thing, but it shouldn't happen as consistently as it does as it starts fucking raining. It sounds like it's hailing outside. Damn. The last thing, one of the last things, fixed the issue with the power body uppercuts having extended reach. Yes, that is a really big problem. Specifically, Larry Holmes. A lot of people use Larry Holmes at heavyweight. Larry Holmes body uppercuts, OP. Deontay Wilder body uppercuts, OP. Canelo Alvarez body uppercuts, OP. The list goes on. Various animation bug fixes, that was a pretty good one, and then stability fixes. Now, I want to say there was something that I tested that was in regards to stability, desync, whatever you want to call it. I don't know if this qualifies as that. I'm pretty sure if it was, they would have set it up here though. I don't know if that qualifies for that or not, but we'll see. We'll see in regards to that. But I do know, like I confirmed last time, because the patch notes were tricky. Desync is a priority. That's like priority number one, along with the changing the meta. But overall, I think this is a good step in the right direction. 2 positive steps, 2 positive gameplay updates. I feel like these just need to happen more often. I feel like that's a real problem. These are not happening often enough. After this one, we are about the gameplay test again. There should be another. I'm not saying there's gonna be another one based off of the test. I'm saying that there should be another one after this. Like, my opinion, there should be another one after this. Should be no DLC update. It should be another gameplay update after this. They need to happen more often. But I like the route that they're going. I feel like a really big problem. I really don't have a problem with anything like per se that devs are doing, because they are like actively trying to fix stuff. It's just how they're going about everything, telling the public, not being as transparent, and I feel like this is a good step with that. I'm still not a big fan of letting people know a week before. Like, I feel like it doesn't matter. I'm gonna just stand on it. I really don't feel like it doesn't matter. I feel like now at this point you have to speak with your action rather than the word. But on that same hand, I can't talk about how they need to be more transparent. And then when they are being transparent, I kind of criticize them for it. So that's kind of like, it's me being, you know what I mean? So that's like, it's just a personal pet peeve. I ain't gonna say that's a really bad thing, but I think this is the right direction. Again, like I said, I really don't feel like as I switch to big screen, I don't feel like this is game changing. I really don't feel like this is something that I can say like truly like changes meta or online state. Excuse me, but I do feel as though we're getting there. So I don't know what else to say, but I'll see y'all next time, man. I'm trying to think what else to say. But y'all let me know down below in the comment section what y'all think. If y'all haven't, join the community on YouTube. Let me know what you think about that, and we can talk about it. All right, it's been Jay. You guys stay up, stay blessed.